have you ever wondered what it's really like working with Seth and I? We're going to read which reviews I got for Seth, and Seth is hearing these for the first time. And he has to guess who wrote it.
He's got a big head too. It's probably because he knows so much about financial literacy, but honestly, it's kind of freaky. I don't know who this is. I'm interested. I need you to tell me. I have absolutely no idea who this is.
You're having a hard time with it because it's nobody that we ever talked about. I threw in a curveball. Me, a Seth superfan.
That is the one and only. Welcome back to the Moving Sucks podcast.
We decided to take it light today.
Yeah, we were just discussing how the hell we're going to do this episode, and Jen has a very, very clear, concise framework on how to do it. Jen, why don't you just take it from here? Entree it up. Tell us what is going to happen and how it's all going to work.
All right, so here's what we decided to do. Seth and I the past few episodes and, real estate as a whole, it can get kind of heavy. There's a lot going on. The world is kind of heavy right now. We needed to break it up with some fun. And while moving can suck, it's time to change that. And how are we going to do that? By working with Seth and I. But have you ever wondered what it's really like working with Seth and I? Well, what we did was we went back, and it wasn't that we went back to our own past clients. I went back to Seth's past clients, and he went back to my past clients and got a, if you will, Yelp review for them. And we say Yelp specifically because Yelp is where you don't hold back. This is not the Google Code of Conduct reviews, and this is not the Zillow fancy schmancy say all the happy-go-lucky things reviews. This is the real and the raw and what people really think. So,
and I have not seen
this episode, we're going to go through. We're going to read which reviews I got for Seth, and Seth is hearing these for the first time, and he has to guess who wrote it.
And yeah, Jen yelled at me because I started reading them.
Oh yeah, I told him to stop because I think this should be like a mean tweets style. You want me to read them or you read them? I'm fine to read them.
I mean, are they that mean? I mean, shit.
I didn't say they were mean, but in mean tweet style.
Are they disparaging, smart assy? A little bit.
We've worked with some really fun people.
Okay, so do you want me to just read this review?
We can take turns. You start.
Well, here's the thing. The reviews that your people have for you are not, they're just.
That's why we're going to do mine in a different episode. Today is all about Seth. What do the people have to say about Seth?
Let me take a sip from my mug here.
For those of you who are only listening, it says the man, the myth, the real estate agent.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's
I'm caffeinated. All right. First review. I've worked with this agent twice now. He's either got a Mary Poppins bag of properties or a direct line to house hunting magicians. Don't believe him when he says it's his portal. It's just wizardry. And he always seems to know a guy. Anytime we've needed help around our house, he has a contractor. How? Witchcraft. He's got a big head too. It's probably because he knows so much about financial literacy, but honestly, it's kind of freaky. Also, one time he even talked me out of buying a house because it wasn't financially smart at the time. Like, dude, I get that I only have $500 in or $50 in my savings, but you're not my dad. Stop caring about my well-being. TLDR, what is that?
Like too long to read.
Too long to read. Smart guy, decent hair, 5 stars. I have absolutely no idea. And this is the thing. I have to guess who this is.
You have to guess who this is.
This is...
I think this should be posted for one of your Google reviews. I think it'd be great.
This... I don't know. Mary Poppins. I'm looking for magicians, big head. That's everyone,
Oh, yeah.
Witchcraft, contractors, financial literacy. One time he even talked me out of buying a house.
That is the key.
I don't. I've cost myself so much money talking people out of making dumb decisions. I have to guess. So
there should be some sort of like point system or like awards for guessing right and wrong. There should be some kind of stakes here, but
we can add those. I don't know who this is. I'm interested. I need you to tell me.
You sure? Take one more look. Even with the way it's written. I mean, it's not like the people who are listening right now even know who these people. Not everybody knows who these people are, but
no. But I'm stumped. I don't know. I'm not very.
All right, we are 0 for 1. We'll disclose at the end because I'm not doing process of elimination. Please.
Oh, okay.
All right. So far, 0 for 1.
0 for 1. Okay. Working with Seth was a truly positive experience from start to finish. He took the time to understand what we were looking for and provide thoughtful guidance. He was always available to answer questions and made sure we left confident with every decision. Although buying a house can be stressful for most, Seth made the process effortless and enjoyable for us. Between the group chat banter and the memorable open house experiences, we were constantly entertained and found ourselves laughing often. Pro tip, always check the attic. That has got to be the one and only AJ and Lauren. There we go. That was a great transaction. That was one we double-sided.
Do we want to disclose what the attic comment meant?
Yes, we found. So basically what happened is right before settlement, there's a walkthrough, and the AJ, the husband, said, "Hey, like, you need to come up here to the attic." And I was thinking there was something wrong, blah, blah, blah. There was a I guess about a 3x3 box.
Two of them
filled with porn DVDs. Like completely, like not like thrown in, completely stacked, like a complete cube, 2 complete cubes of porn.
Now, we also have to make note for those of the listeners that didn't listen to their episode when we interviewed them. This was my listing. These were my friends who were moving. I held an open house. Seth and these buyers, Laura and AJ, pulled the attic stairs down and went into the attic. They were not put back up. That was a busy open house. People were through that attic. I had been to that house so many times just by being friends with the sellers. And I had listed that house and I did not go in the attic. Unbeknownst to me, this was up there the entire time.
Yeah.
I had a whole house of people from the open house going up there who would have seen it. Laura and I are just mulling around downstairs while Seth and AJ are in the attic. Like, oh my God. It wasn't until Lauren, AJ, and I went to the bar after settlement where Lauren goes to the bathroom and AJ leans over and goes, "Did you know about what's in the attic?" And I said, "No, what's in the attic?"
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm mortified. So that was absolutely one of the most memorable. They sent that review and I said, that'll do it.
That'll do it. I just need a little hint. Like the one about Mary Poppins, I got to come back to. I'm just trying to think of who the wizardry and the sorcery. I gotta jog my memory. But no, also just to say that was a damn good deal. That was good teamwork. It was your listing. We had a client and we ended up putting them in it. And everything ended up working out. So
and the second time around, they offered on it. They did not get their offer accepted. We did go with somebody else and then it fell through and they got to get it. So that was fun. I love them. They're fun. And they only live like 3 minutes across the road.
All right. So okay.
Number 3.
If you're looking for a realtor who knows everything, just ask him. Then Seth is your guy. He guided my wife and me through buying our forever home with an almost annoying level of expertise. Seriously, does this guy ever not have an answer? I swear, he's read more books than a librarian in an overtime, and it shows. Spend enough time talking to him, and somehow Rivercrest Country Club will make it. It's Rivercrest Golf Club, by the way. Rivercrest Country Club will make its way into the conversation. He could ramble on and on about that place. I'd bet the house on it. Honestly, if he ever didn't mention it, I'd generally be concerned for his health. That being said, as much as I'd love to knock him down a peg, the guy actually knows his stuff. He's sharp, strategic, and despite his cockiness, always has your best interests in mind. At the end of the day, Seth isn't just a great realtor. He's the guy you want in your corner when making one of the biggest decisions of your life. I'm going to guess because of the incessant mentions of Rivercrest Golf Club and the fact that this man wants to be a member at Rivercrest Golf Club, that it is Brian Cannon. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. There's no he's barred from membership. He's not allowed there. If he's watching this, you're never getting on there. No, not after this snark. This snark, not going to ingratiate yourself at all. But I appreciate the compliment. And by the way, I put them in a house. I won a bidding war during COVID with a home sale contingency, meaning we had to sell a house in order to settle. So that was good work. And that was a very, very typical situation of we're not ready. We just want to look. We went out one day. They found the house. They went for it. And they are blissfully happy.
That's great.
They are also super fans of the podcast. They've been on, Brian Cannon has been on twice. You should go back and check out his episode, not only for health insurance, but also we did an interview with he and his wife in their beautiful.
Yeah. We had fun interviews with them. I enjoyed that. All right. So you are currently 2 for 3. I also think I forgot to text you one of these.
Okay. Working with Jen, I'm going to keep moving here. Working with Jen and Seth was like hiring a GPS that also reads minds. We mumbled something about cash flow and low maintenance, and they instantly zapped us to the perfect rental property. No divining rod required. As first-time landlords, we initially thought tenant screening meant checking for people who'd appreciate our very specific rules about glitter usage. But these two swooped in with pro tips that made us feel like less like clueless newbies and more like slightly less clueless newbies. The closing was so smooth, we half expected confetti cannons. Now we're landlords of a property so spacious, we're pretty sure the tenants are hosting miniature yacht races in the living room. Meanwhile, our primary home is over here side-eyeing us like, really, Karen? Their guest closet is bigger than our master bath. 10 out of 10 would let Jen and Seth boss us around again. But seriously, no glitter. Huh. An investment client? I was thinking it was going to be Amy and Pat, but it's not. Because their house, their rental unit is not super spacious. Who the hell else would we work with on the investor side? We bought an investment property with somebody? I don't remember these people. I'm so sorry.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but yes, you do. It is Pat and Amy.
It is a Pat and Amy. Okay, got it.
I thought you totally would have gotten it with the fact that their primary house is smaller than their rental property.
It's close. I was thinking like I forgot about some property that like
it was the hosting miniature yacht races in the living room that just sent me over the edge and had me racking up.
Yeah, well, Pat and Amy, they're great people. They're old.
She understood the assignment on this one big time. I gave 0 notes and no coaching for her on that, and I was like, "That's exactly what I'm looking for. Thank you so much."
Pat and Amy are old poker buddies, and she's creative like that. So that's great. Yeah, now that was good work too, man. We want another bidding war on that. So,
yep, and now they are happy new landlords getting that cash flow in, and she was only stressed for like a week after settlement, maybe 2. It was fun.
I'm going back to this first review, dude. I was thinking it was the Goodmans, but it's not because I've only worked with them once.
All right, I'll read it again and you can just listen. I've worked with this agent twice now. He's either got a Mary Poppins bag of properties or a direct line to house hunting magicians. Don't believe him when he says it's his portal. It's just wizardry. And he always seems to know a guy. Anytime we've needed help around the house, he has a contact. How? Witchcraft. He's got a big head too. It's probably because he knows so much about financial literacy. But honestly, it's kind of freaky. Also, one time he even talked me out of buying a house because it wasn't financially smart at the time. Like, dude, I get that I only have $50 in my savings, but you're not my dad. Stop caring about my well-being. TLDR, smart guy, decent hair, 5 stars.
I have absolutely no idea who this is.
You're having a hard time with it because it's nobody that we ever talked about. I threw in a curveball.
I'm just thinking of somebody I've worked with twice.
And May currently
was it Kurt?
With.
Is it Jeff? No, I've worked with him 4 times.
It may be a current client.
Might be a current client. It's not the. Let me go into the MLS. Look at my portals.
Well, Seth struck out on that one. It is Tristan and Annie.
Tristan and Annie?
Got him.
How have I worked with them twice? Oh, technically
we are currently working with them, and you sold them their house.
Got it.
All right, then we have one more, and then that'll wrap up this episode. So This one I will read because, well, of course, it's the shortest one, but I forgot to put it into my notes app, so sorry. All right, last one. So currently, Seth is 3 for 4.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see if you can round out to number 5. Could not recommend Seth more. His knowledge of the real estate market is second to none. Seth helped us find our forever home when we were looking to upsize and move out of the city, and we found the perfect home. Some would even call me a Seth superfan.
That is the one and only Ross Goodman.
That is absolutely Ross Goodman. Ross Goodman does not have a mean bone in his body to say anything disparaging in any way whatsoever about anybody.
No, and if anyone ever meets this man, he's a magical creature of abundance and positivity.
I even gave him the opportunity to go back and say, listen, if you want to get a little snarky with it, speak now or forever hold your peace. We're going to record tomorrow. And he said, I'm going to hold my peace. And I said, you are such a kind soul.
Yeah, they're such great people. Great. They own a couple properties in the city, but they did the typical upsizing into the burbs. And that was they're great people, and they've referred me multiple people, and actually they might have 2 more clients for us. So but they are just like that perfect age of like 30, like younger 30s, having kids, know a bunch of people, buying houses, that type of thing. And and we found their forever home in an area they didn't really think they would like, but we got them in and got it all fixed up. And I was actually over there like 3 weeks ago. So it was
Were they the ones that was Super Bowl Sunday?
What's that?
Were they the ones that was Super Bowl Sun? Nope, that was somebody else.
No.
Never mind.
So, this was fun. I'm actually going to go back to the people I got reviews for you for the next episode and tell them to spice it up, because this would be a snooze fest if you read yours. Because it's like, what I went for is to be like a little vague, so you'd have to struggle to figure out who they were. You went with I went with the boring route. You went with the fun route. I'll flip mine over to the fun route. But you know what? I'm going to make a prediction. My clients are more fun than your clients.
I beg your pardon.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah. They're going to see this and they're going to think, you're going to be talking to them. They're going to be like, well, he doesn't think I'm fun.
There are a couple though that I know will bring their game. They'll bring Amy level shit to the table.
Mm-hmm. Well, there were some common themes. Seth's a nerd. He got a big head, and he owns River Crest Golf Club.
Yes, and I actually know what I'm fucking talking about.
Yes, and that everybody would work with you again. See, I told you they weren't mean.
No, they weren't mean. And if they were mean, I would know they were lying. So
okay. All right. Well, hopefully this was a nice break in the doom and gloom of the world, and a little fun little exercise and a fun little episode for everybody to chime in and dig a little giggle at. So next time we'll come up with one and hear what my people have to say.
That's right. I am very much looking, now that I have templates and everything, I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. So, and we'll have some laughs. So, all right, guys, we'll see you later. See you on the next one.
Bye.